What is happening, you guys? My name is Kenyan Rock DJ, and welcome to another segment of Alpha Radio Rock News. Today, I'm going to be telling you about all that's happening in the local and international rock scene. With the pandemic that's currently ongoing, there is, our TVs, the only thing that can tell us is pandemic this, pandemic that. But now at least I wanted to at least give you a breath of fresh air by giving you something different, something that's more music related and can allow you to grow your own playlist personally and just catch up with what's happening in the local and international scene. If you're new here, welcome so much. Please remember to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and we usually have a lot of rock content here that fans and listeners of rock music can get to enjoy and consume. Alright, so first of all, let's start with some local news. We don't have much, of course, because of a certain disease. There hasn't been any outside activity in terms of rock events, but we have had Parking Lot Grass, yes, one of the biggest Kenyan rock bands. Parking Lot Grass dropped a new music video. They are calling it an unofficial music video, but it's still a new one that just recently dropped. It's for their song Shimo Mfukoni, and I'm sure you know this song, right? In fact, you should tell me what's your favorite Parking Lot Grass song. Please comment below and tell me. So Parking Lot Grass just dropped a music video for Shimo Mfukoni, and I checked it out. I really liked it, and the person singing in that music video, of course, is Raf. So for those of you who do not know, Parking Lot Grass has two lead singers, Raf, who was the old one, and then Dan Murira, who's the new one. So in this music video, you see Raf, who is the old, who is the former Parking Lot Grass lead singer, and he really kills it in this music video. So if you haven't checked it out, I'm going to leave the link to pop up somewhere on the screen. That's the only major story that has been in the local scene. Otherwise, most bands are just indoors or laying low, as everyone else is indoors and just waiting out for the pandemic to end. So let's move on to some international news. First piece of international news would have to be about Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters, since Foo Fighters is my favorite band, of course. I definitely have to mention this one. There was a time when quarantine, this whole quarantine thing started. Dave Grohl said that the new Foo Fighters album is finished and just waiting to be released. So go wash your damn hands. Just go wash your damn hands. That's what he said on Instagram. And then so Dave Grohl does not have his own Instagram account until recently. He joined Instagram. Yay! He joined Instagram, and his handle is Dave Grohl True Stories. Dave Grohl True Stories. Just go check that out on Instagram. Follow him. He's not posting any photos. What he's posting is stories about he's himself as a rock lead singer, as the lead singer of Foo Fighters, and just his personal life stories and what he's been through. So if you're interested in that, if you're a big Foo Fighters fan like me, you can follow that Instagram page. It's new and he's not posting pictures. It's mainly just stories to do with his life. If you're interested in that, you should definitely check that out. Next story would have to be about Jared Leto of 30 Seconds to Mars. Man, Jared did something really funny that had the internet just in awe, and that is Jared Leto did not know about our good friend Coco Vivi. He did not know about our good friend Coco Vivi until like 12 days ago. He discovered about the pandemic in March 15th, up of March 17th, like 2 weeks ago. That's when he discovered about the pandemic. He wrote on Instagram that he had gone into the wilderness to pray and meditate, something like that, for 12 days, and he did not know about Coco Vivi. And it's like, dude, me when I saw this story, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, dude? I mean, this pandemic has been on for a long while. The disease was announced since like December in China. So how did you not know about this? Anyway, the internet was in uproar and was wondering what is. Plus, who even walks into the desert or the wilderness to go pray? It's like, I had even seen an article about Jared Leto where I'd seen an article about Jared Leto where he apparently has a cult. That's what the article was saying, that he has a cult and his followers call him prophet. Yeah, so it's like, you see, this is what happens when you make memes about Jared Leto being Jesus. Yeah, Jared Leto starts to take it seriously and he walks off into the desert the way Jesus did for 40 days. Okay, Jared Leto walked for 12 days, but you know, it's like, who even does that? Yeah. So that was one of the most famous and hilarious stories so far until now in April 2020. And I'm uploading this on April 1, so this is not like an April Fool's joke or anything. Yeah, I'm recording this on April 1, so this is not like an April Fool's prank or anything. These are the stories that are happening right now globally in the rock scene. Yeah. Next story would have to be the last story before I mention the new songs and songs topping charts in 2020. The last piece of news would have to be about Trapped. This one has been making rounds. If you are conversant with what's been happening in the international scene, Trapped have been making a lot of noise. So apparently they are Trump supporters. I don't know, the lead singer, his name is Chris Brown. Yeah, Chris Brown of Trapped, the lead singer of Trapped, he's like a Trump supporter, and he posted some stuff on Twitter, and then people responded and he retaliated. So it became now like a Twitter back and forth. And then what happened is he started posting about how Trapped is a very relevant band and how Trapped have so many listeners on Spotify and Pandora, and he just started belittling people on Twitter. It's been a very huge Twitter war on Twitter International. Just go to Twitter and then search Trapped, or just Google Trapped Twitter War 2020. You will see that entire story in its entirety. Man, it's hilarious, and it's going until now. He's the lead singer of Trapped, Chris Brown. Apparently he's like this. He can be a bit aggressive. So he's arguing with literally everyone who confronts him online, including I think members of Trivium, members of I don't know what Alive, members of I Prevail. It's like the whole international scene. All those bands from abroad are just ganging up against Trapped. So you should definitely check that story out. I just wanted to highlight about it because this video is mainly to talk about the music, not exactly the bands, but the music that has been, you know, topping charts and has been released in 2020. Yeah, and without further ado, here are some of the songs that you should definitely check out in 2020 that have been just, you know, released this year. And you know, since we are indoors, you can definitely get to check them out. Just check them out, and please leave a comment below and tell me if you've listened to any of these and how they are, if any of them are good or bad, or which ones you'd recommend. Yeah, so number one, we have Bush, Flowers on a Grave. I had mentioned this one in my previous episode of Rock News. If you haven't watched that one, I'll leave the link to pop up somewhere on this screen, or I'll also leave it at the end screen so that you can check it out if you haven't watched the other episodes of Rock News here on Alpha Wolf Radio Rocks. Yeah, so Bush have a new song called Flowers on a Grave. They have a music video for it. That song is epic. Just check it out on YouTube. It's such a good song. I highly recommend it. The other albums that I've just checked out include Five Finger Death Punch. They just recently released their new album, which is called F8, and they have this song called Inside Out. Inside Out was topping charts, but now the song that is topping charts is Greenday with their song Oh Yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure Greenday fans are really happy to hear that. Greenday have a new album called Father of All Motherfathers. Yeah, and the song that has propelled them to the top on charts is a song called Oh Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, pimp up your playlist. Yeah, add some new songs and definitely get to hear what's happening in the latest music in the international scene. Yeah, the other albums that have just recently charted include Ozzy Osbourne. Theory of a Dead Man also dropped a new album. Then there's a new album by symphonic metal band called Delane. And then Hollywood Undead. They are a rap rock band. They fuse rap with rock. They also just recently dropped a new album. The Amity Affliction, a metal band from Australia, they also just dropped a new album. And then we have Silverstein from Canada. They also just dropped a new album. In this moment are the ones who have just recently dropped a new album. I think they dropped their new album March 24th. I think it's March 24th, because I am very eager to listen to that album. It's called Mother, and I've seen some new songs on YouTube that they've been dropping, some new music videos that I'm really enjoying, and I'd highly advise anyone, even if you're not a big metal fan, that you just check out in this moment. They have this new album called Mother, and it was released March 27th 2020, this year, of course. And then the last two that I would the last one that I would recommend also is Pearl Jam. They have a new album. Pearl Jam have a new album called Gigaton. Gigaton. It dropped on March 27th 2020. The most famous track from that album is Dance of the Clairvoyants. I've been seeing it being played in very many radio stations, and I highly advise you to just check it out. It's a pretty good song. All right, those are the only pieces of news that I had for you. They're just summaries of what's happening in the international scene. Of course, there is a lot happening, but I wanted you to mainly highlight those ones because they are the ones that I feel are the most relevant. If there's any new album that I haven't mentioned, if there's any new songs that have cropped up that I haven't mentioned in this episode or in my previous episode of Rock News, please feel free to comment below. If there are new songs of 2020 you've heard that you definitely would want other people to know, please leave a comment below. Help other rockers know what's happening in the international scene as we sit indoors and we outwait this quarantine, or in some other countries, outwait the lockdown. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into Alpha Radio Rocks today. I have a lot more content on my end, personal content. You guys have been enjoying my stories about my mishaps on radio. If you haven't watched those ones, I'm also going to leave it at the end screen, or I'm also going to leave a link to pop up on the screen right here. I've been dropping some stories about how I played on radio and things didn't go right, and then I also have giveaways coming, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to tap the bell icon, and yes, I will see you in the next episode of I'll see you in my next video. You take care and God bless.